John, a 72-year-old retiree, thought he was doing everything right. Every morning, he had the same breakfast: eggs with white toast, a bit of salted butter, and a couple of sausage links. It was quick, familiar, and felt like a balanced start to the day. But during a recent checkup, his doctor gave him a wake-up call. His blood pressure was climbing, and early signs of heart strain were starting to appear. John was shocked. How could a breakfast he'd trusted for years be part of the problem? The truth is, it wasn't the eggs. It was what he was eating with them. And chances are, he's not alone. Many people over 60 unknowingly combine eggs with foods that quietly sabotage heart health. What feels normal might actually be setting the stage for long-term issues. So before you crack another egg, let's take a closer look at what else is landing on your plate. Eggs have long been a breakfast favorite, and for good reason. They're affordable, easy to cook, and packed with nutrients that support a healthy body and mind. One large egg contains high-quality protein, essential for maintaining muscle mass as we age. It's also rich in choline, a nutrient that supports brain health and memory, and vitamin D, which plays a key role in keeping bones strong and the immune system resilient. For adults over 60, these nutrients aren't just helpful, they're crucial. In fact, when enjoyed as part of a balanced meal, eggs can help you stay sharper, stronger, and more energized throughout the day. But here's where many people unknowingly go wrong. It's not the egg itself that causes trouble. It's what you eat with it. When eggs are paired with foods high in saturated fat, sodium, or refined carbs, their benefits can be overshadowed by harmful effects. Think of a typical breakfast: eggs with bacon, buttered white toast, and a slice of processed cheese. While the eggs bring nutrients to the table, their companions weigh the meal down, adding inflammation, spiking blood pressure, and stressing your cardiovascular system. It's like inviting a healthy friend to dinner, then seating them between two troublemakers. So here's the real question we should be asking. Why eliminate eggs when the real problem is what we're pairing them with? After 60, your body becomes more sensitive to certain ingredients. Salt, trans fats, and refined sugars don't process as easily as they once did. Your arteries may stiffen, your metabolism slows, and your risk for heart disease naturally increases. In this context, eggs remain a helpful ally, but only if you choose their platemates wisely. This isn't about fear or restriction. It's about clarity. It's about understanding that the same egg can either support your health or strain it, depending on what you serve beside it. Add greens, avocado, whole grains, or legumes, and you're fueling your body with foods that reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, and protect your heart. Add sausage, processed cheese, and white bread, and you're asking your heart to work harder with every bite. So before you consider cutting eggs from your diet, look at what's sharing the plate. The egg isn't the enemy. It's often the quiet hero. But like any hero, it needs the right team to make a real difference. By shifting your focus from elimination to better combination, you can enjoy the benefits of eggs while protecting your most vital organs. After all, food isn't just fuel. It's your daily opportunity to heal, protect, and thrive. Bacon and eggs. For many, it's the classic American breakfast. Crispy, savory, satisfying. The sound of bacon sizzling in the pan might bring back warm memories of Sunday mornings or family brunches. But after the age of 60, it's time to take a closer look at this nostalgic pairing. While eggs can still be a valuable part of a heart-healthy diet, bacon may be doing you more harm than good, and the damage isn't always easy to see. Let's break it down. Bacon is a processed meat, typically cured with sodium nitrite and high in saturated fat. This means every strip carries more than just flavor. It brings along harmful compounds that increase inflammation, raise LDL, bad cholesterol, and contribute to the hardening of your arteries, known as atherosclerosis. Over time, these factors increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even certain cancers. For those over 60, whose cardiovascular system may already be under more pressure, bacon becomes less of a treat and more of a daily threat. Pairing bacon with eggs might feel balanced, but in reality, it creates what some doctors call a cholesterol and sodium bomb. While eggs on their own contain beneficial nutrients, like protein, vitamin D, and choline, adding bacon pushes the meal into dangerous territory. You're asking your heart to carry a heavy load first thing in the morning, and while the effects might not show up immediately, they often build slowly, with fatigue, rising blood pressure, or a subtle decrease in stamina that becomes your new normal. But this doesn't mean breakfast has to be boring. You can still enjoy a protein-rich, satisfying start to your day without the risks bacon brings. One smart alternative is grilled skinless chicken breast. It's lean, flavorful, and free from the harmful preservatives found in processed meats. Or try wild-caught salmon, either poached or lightly grilled. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and protect your heart. Try this tomorrow. 2 soft-boiled eggs with a side of steamed spinach and sliced avocado, plus a few strips of grilled chicken, or a salmon and egg scramble with herbs and tomatoes. These meals are just as comforting, but far more supportive of your long-term health. After 60, every bite is a chance to nourish your heart, protect your energy, and invest in the years ahead. Let go of the habits that once served you and embrace the ones that serve you now. Your heart will thank you, quietly but powerfully, every single morning. Cheese and eggs. It's a combination that feels timeless. Whether it's shredded cheese melted into a fluffy omelet or a gooey slice folded into a breakfast sandwich, the creamy texture and savory flavor make it a go-to favorite for many. But not all cheeses are created equal. And if you're over 60, it's important to understand how certain types, especially processed cheese, can quietly work against your heart, even when paired with something as wholesome as eggs. Processed cheese is not the same as natural cheese. It's a heavily modified product, designed for long shelf life, uniform melt, and convenience. But to achieve that, manufacturers load it with excess sodium, industrial seed oils, preservatives, and emulsifying agents. These additives don't just affect flavor and texture, they affect your blood pressure, circulation, and long-term health. In fact, many processed cheeses contain more than twice the sodium of natural cheese per serving. For someone over 60, whose body is more salt-sensitive and whose cardiovascular system may already be under strain, that's a serious concern. Now imagine pairing this sodium-dense, preservative-heavy cheese with eggs. While eggs themselves are nutrient-rich and supportive of muscle, brain, and bone health, combining them with processed cheese turns a potentially healthy breakfast into a sodium storm for your bloodstream. The result? Increased fluid retention, tighter blood vessels, and a surge in blood pressure that can become chronic over time. It's the kind of daily habit that may seem harmless, but silently contributes to heart disease, stroke, and kidney stress. But there's good news. You don't have to give up the comforting richness of cheese. You just have to make a smarter swap. Fresh cheeses like ricotta, cottage cheese, or unsalted farmer's cheese are excellent alternatives. They're naturally lower in sodium, free from synthetic additives, and still provide protein and calcium to support your overall health. Their mild, creamy flavor also pairs beautifully with eggs and vegetables, giving you a balanced and heart-conscious way to start the day. Try this instead. A soft scramble with spinach and a spoonful of ricotta, or whole grain toast topped with cottage cheese, sliced tomatoes, and a poached egg. you'll still get that satisfying texture and flavor without the cardiovascular baggage. At this stage in life, every ingredient matters. It's not about giving up the foods you love. It's about upgrading them to love you back. Choosing fresh cheese over processed isn't just a culinary shift. It's a powerful decision for your heart, your energy, and your future. Eggs and toast. An easy, comforting breakfast millions rely on every day. But if that toast is made with white bread, your morning meal may be doing more harm than good, especially after age 60. While eggs offer protein, vitamins, and nutrients that support brain and muscle function, pairing them with white bread can quietly undo many of those benefits and leave your body struggling to keep up. White bread is made from refined flour that has been stripped of most of its fiber and nutrients. What remains is a rapidly digested starch that the body treats almost like sugar. The result? A quick spike in blood glucose, followed by a crash that can leave you feeling sluggish, hungry, or foggy before the morning's even over. For older adults, many of whom are managing prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or other metabolic conditions, this blood sugar roller coaster isn't just unpleasant, it's dangerous. Repeated spikes and crashes over time contribute to chronic inflammation, insulin resistance, and even heart failure. Now, consider combining white bread with eggs. While the eggs themselves are rich in protein and supportive of blood sugar stability, adding white bread tilts the balance in the wrong direction. You end up with a breakfast that's low in fiber, high in refined carbs, and lacking the steady energy your body needs. It might feel satisfying in the moment, but it's what we call a nutritional illusion, a full plate that leaves your cells empty. Here's the good news. A simple swap can make a world of difference. Whole grain breads, made from unrefined flour, contain fiber, B vitamins, and minerals that help slow digestion and keep your blood sugar levels steady. Even better, consider steel-cut oats or sprouted grain breads, which offer an even lower glycemic impact and greater nutritional value. These options digest more slowly, provide long-lasting energy, and support heart and brain health. Imagine this instead: a poached egg over a slice of toasted sprouted grain bread, topped with avocado and a few spinach leaves. Or try a bowl of warm steel-cut oats with a soft boiled egg, roasted mushrooms, and a sprinkle of herbs. These combinations are filling, flavorful, and far more supportive of your metabolism and cardiovascular health. After 60, your body's needs are different, and smarter choices make all the difference. Swapping white bread for whole grains isn't about cutting carbs, it's about choosing the kind that helps you thrive. With one small shift, you can turn your breakfast from a health risk into a source of strength, balance, and lasting energy. Sausage and eggs, just the thought, might bring a sense of comfort. For many, it's a breakfast tradition that feels hearty and satisfying, a familiar start to the day. But once you reach your 60s and beyond, it's time to take a closer look at what that sausage is really bringing to the table. Beneath the flavor and sizzle lies a dangerous mix of ingredients that can put serious strain on your heart and blood vessels. Most sausages, whether links, patties, or sliced into an omelet, are considered processed meats. They're typically made with high levels of saturated fat, added sodium, and preservatives like nitrates. While these compounds help sausage stay flavorful and shelf-stable, they come at a cost. Nitrates can convert into nitrosamines in the body, which are linked to inflammation and oxidative stress, both of which damage blood vessels over time. Saturated fat raises LDL cholesterol, while the excess sodium leads to fluid retention and high blood pressure. These effects are subtle at first, but over time they can set the stage for stroke, heart attack, and cognitive decline. Now add eggs into the equation. Eggs by themselves can be part of a healthy diet. They're rich in protein, vitamins, and nutrients that support aging muscles and brain health. But when you pair them with sausage, the meal quickly shifts from beneficial to burdensome. It's a combination that delivers a heavy load of fat, salt, and preservatives, asking your heart to work harder than it should. In truth, eggs plus sausage is a fast-track recipe for cardiovascular stress, especially in older adults whose bodies are less equipped to process excess sodium and fat. Fortunately, there are flavorful, satisfying alternatives that nourish your body instead of burdening it. Lentils, stewed beans, and sautéed mushrooms all make excellent companions to eggs. They are high in plant-based protein and fiber, naturally low in sodium, and rich in nutrients that help reduce inflammation and support heart health. Try this: a breakfast bowl with scrambled eggs, seasoned lentils, roasted tomatoes, and a side of sautéed spinach. Or soft-boiled eggs with a spoonful of warm white beans and a drizzle of olive oil. These dishes are not only delicious, they leave you feeling energized and supported rather than sluggish or overstuffed. After 60, every meal counts. Replacing processed sausage with whole plant-based sides is a small act of care that pays off every day. When you choose what truly nourishes you, you give your heart a chance to beat stronger, longer, and you give yourself the freedom to enjoy life with more clarity, energy, and peace of mind. A pat of butter on a hot pan, a golden yolk shimmering beside it. It's a familiar scene that feels cozy and comforting. For many, eggs cooked in salted butter have been a breakfast staple for decades. It tastes rich, it smells delicious, and it brings back memories of home-cooked meals. But as we grow older, it's important to pause and ask what that little dab of butter is really doing for your health, and more importantly, what it may be doing to your heart. Salted butter is high in saturated fat, sodium, and what dietitians call empty calories, energy-dense but nutrient-poor. When you're in your 20s or 30s, your body can often process these ingredients without immediate issue. But after 60, your metabolism slows, blood vessels naturally stiffen, and your sensitivity to salt and fat increases. That means even a modest amount of salted butter can begin tipping the scales in the wrong direction, contributing to high blood pressure, weight gain, and cholesterol buildup in the arteries. When you add salted butter to eggs, a food that already contains natural fat, you create a meal that might feel satisfying, but comes with a steep cardiovascular cost. Over time, the combination can strain your heart, raise your risk of stroke, and add to chronic inflammation. It may be subtle at first, a little more fatigue, a slightly elevated blood pressure reading, or a sense of heaviness that wasn't there before. But those little changes are signals your heart is carrying more than it should. So what can you do instead? The great news is that you don't have to give up flavor or richness. Instead of salted butter, try cooking your eggs with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. It's packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help reduce inflammation and support good cholesterol. Or, for a creamy texture without the salt, top your toast with a few slices of mashed avocado, rich in fiber, potassium, and healthy fats. Try this: scrambled eggs cooked with olive oil, served over whole grain toast, and topped with avocado and fresh herbs. It's colorful, nourishing, and deeply satisfying, without the hidden cardiovascular risks. At this stage of life, small changes make big impacts. Swapping out salted butter is one of the simplest ways to protect your heart without sacrificing joy. After all, your breakfast should be a source of strength, not a burden. Make the switch, and let each morning become a quiet investment in the healthier, stronger years ahead. Once you've identified the foods to avoid with eggs, like bacon, processed cheese, white bread, sausage, and salted butter, The next step is creating breakfasts that truly nourish your heart without sacrificing flavor or satisfaction. The beauty of eggs is their versatility. When paired with the right ingredients, they can form the foundation of a breakfast that supports your heart, balances your blood sugar, and energizes you for the day ahead. After 60, breakfast should do more than fill you up. It should fuel you well. Let's start with a classic, gentle option. Boiled eggs with steamed vegetables and mashed avocado. This trio is simple, colorful, and loaded with benefits. Boiled eggs provide high-quality protein that supports muscle maintenance and keeps you feeling full longer. Steamed vegetables, such as spinach, carrots, or broccoli, are rich in antioxidants, fiber, and potassium, which help lower blood pressure and reduce inflammation. The mashed avocado adds heart-healthy monounsaturated fats and a creamy texture without the need for butter or cheese. It's a balanced, anti-inflammatory plate in less than 10 minutes. Prefer something a little cozier? Try a warm, fiber-rich option. Eggs paired with oatmeal and low-sugar fruit, like strawberries. For this, skip the sugar-laden instant oatmeal. Instead, go with steel-cut oats or old-fashioned rolled oats. Top the oats with a poached or fried egg, cooked without added oil, a handful of fresh strawberries, and a sprinkle of ground flaxseed or chopped walnuts. This combination stabilizes blood sugar, promotes digestion, and adds omega-3s for brain and heart support, all while satisfying your morning hunger. If you're someone who enjoys a hearty bite of toast in the morning, you don't have to give that up. Just swap white bread for a slice of whole grain or sprouted grain toast and top it with a spinach omelet or veggie-loaded egg scramble. The fiber in the bread, along with the antioxidants in the spinach, creates a slow-burning, blood sugar-friendly breakfast that's rich in flavor and low in risk. These meals are more than just healthy. They're easy, affordable, and enjoyable. You're not giving up on flavor, you're upgrading it. Each ingredient has a purpose. Each bite becomes a quiet investment in your heart, your brain, and your independence. So tomorrow, when you crack open those eggs, take a moment to choose your partners on the plate with care. Skip the processed meats and salty extras, and instead, reach for vibrant vegetables, whole grains, and healthy fats. Your body will notice, your heart will respond, and over time, you'll feel the difference in your energy, clarity, and overall well-being. By now, it's clear. Eggs aren't the problem. They're actually part of the solution. Packed with high-quality protein, essential vitamins, and brain-supporting nutrients, eggs can be a fantastic ally for your health after 60. But the secret lies in what you pair them with. A heart-healthy breakfast isn't just about what's on the plate. It's about how the foods work together. When you combine eggs with anti-inflammatory, blood pressure-friendly ingredients like leafy greens, whole grains, and healthy fats, you're not just eating well. You're actively protecting your heart, your brain, and your future. Think of each breakfast as an opportunity, a chance to reduce inflammation, support healthy circulation, and lower the silent risks that build up over time. This doesn't require extreme diets or expensive supplements. It simply calls for thoughtful, consistent choices, like swapping white bread for whole grain, choosing avocado instead of butter, or reaching for lentils instead of processed meats. These are small shifts that carry big results. So tomorrow morning, give your heart the care it deserves. Skip the bacon. Add some spinach. Trade the salted butter for a drizzle of olive oil. These may seem like minor adjustments, but your body feels the difference, one morning at a time. Because after 60, your meals matter more than ever. And every smart choice you make at the breakfast table is a quiet investment in longer walks, clearer thinking, steadier energy, and deeper peace of mind. Start small. Start now.